What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a title that I think we played around with like back in 2022 or 2023. And it seemed promising, but it was in a very early state right there. I've been waiting a while to dive back into the demo, but I've had it in the back of my mind. A little title called Veterum, which is kind of like Battle Brothers. It's a game where you're building up a battle force that can then assist with sieges and go fight monsters and do quests and things of that nature while developing and getting stronger. I distinctly remember thinking that it was promising the last time that I played it, so after 2 years, I think it's time because the developer's saying that the release is going to be this year for Veterum. He doesn't know if he's going into early access or if he's just going to release the completed thing, but since it's got a release coming on up, I figure things must have changed here in the last couple years, so I figured we'd dive in for 30 or 40 minutes and see if it's a good time. If after watching this, you wanted to get Veterum for yourself, you can download the demo from the link that I've included down in the description. Easy peasy right there, and then of course there's a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down there, just in case you wanted to give those the old saucy click, but let's go ahead and start off a new game. So who were you before you joined the Order of Gatekeepers? We can be a scribe, we can be a novice, we can be a duelist, we can be a vagrant, or we can be a minstrel. Alright. I'll probably just go, the duelist feels like it's probably the strongest choice here. None of these other characters talk about combat at all or any type of proficiency that would inspire men to be led. And so I'm like, I don't know if people would follow like a scribe that just writes books and stuff inside of a monastery. So maybe we'll go with either the vagrant or the duelist. Let's try the vagrant. Why not? We get to select our difficulty, so we can go easy, normal, or hard. We'll put it on normal, since that's probably going to be our best representation of what the gameplay is going to look like. And let's dive on into it. A month ago, a star fell far to the west. Everyone felt the earth shake, including the dwarves in their dungeons. The streets of cities were instantly flooded with false prophets. A couple of weeks later, the first disturbing news began to arrive. The Turans were gathering into a horde. Soon, ghosts and reanimated dead began to be seen near ancient burial grounds. My name is Edward, and I'm an interrogator of the Order of Gatekeepers. Our job is to protect the people. Oh, we got an Inquisition angle going on right now. Okay. So straight off to the start, we've been dropped into a battle. It looks like we've got a number of pre-rendered sprite little shamans down here. I'm always a sloppy sucker for anything that's pre-rendered 3D sprites put into a game. I don't know if that's exactly what I'm looking at right now, but either way, I kind of like the vibe that the game has going on. I don't know if it's a you go, I go game or what. So, let's just move a swordsman up. We've got a number of AP that we're allowed to play around with here, so I guess that's probably going to be our stamina. No, actually, our AP is distinct. It's over here at the bottom. So we've got 5 AP to play around with. I'll probably just move him up like so. And then, oh, okay, so we get to, move our entire force before things start to get rowdy. Fair enough. Let's get a nice contiguous front line going. For the clash here. And then with these guys, if anybody has enough left in their AP to actually do anything, I'd be fine with that. But it doesn't actually look like I've got any actions that I can take right now. So we'll just end the turn. We'll let the enemy close up with us. How come that's the only one that moved? Is there a line of sight system that we need to be aware of? Either way, let's start firing some arrows at these dudes. Yeah, take a shot at him. Okay, we took the shot and we missed. A little unfortunate. How much AP does that cost me? It cost me 4, but we dinked him with that one right there. Took himself a nice little 4 damage scuffing. I don't know if I can move any further. Is there a bush right there? Is that what that is? Okay, well, let's just hold the line then. We'll fold that flank a little bit right there to sort of bait them into getting flanked. Okay, he had enough AP to rock up on me, but not enough to actually attack. Let's take a swing at him. So there's 5 damage right there. No damage right there, unfortunately. Big swing and a miss. You think you can... Yeah, get him for me. I would have liked to have seen a death animation right there that slowly fades into the body being on the ground. But on the plus side, I do very much like the fact that they leave a corpse on the ground. And you've got a separate sprite or decal that's going onto the map to denote a spot where somebody got splashed. Definitely dig that. You come over here and let's square... Oh... I was going to say let's square away with this guy, but I guess that's not going to work out for us. You maybe inchy squinchy your way up. Are those enemies not aware of us down there? I was going to say, dude, I just murdered one of your friends. I crushed his head like a watermelon, and you're not going to come over here to help with friends like that, dude. I'd also like to see a little more exaggerated of idle animations on these guys right here. So every now and again, they do sort of a herky-jerky little twerk every now and again that gives them a little bit of motion. But I do think that they should sort of have idle animations of breathing and kind of whipping their sword back and forth and like feinting with their shield. Little details like that definitely make the game board feel a little bit more alive when it comes to a war game like this. Let's maybe move up, protect his flank. Let's not leave him abandoned over here. I bet the dog's going to get an attack off, but we do need to protect our archers a little bit. So like, let's try to like fold into this area and protect the wooded area. All right, so he took a swing. Dog definitely tried to bite us right there. Got a big swing and a miss right there again, unfortunately, but he's got the 100% hit chance. With you guys, maybe start teaching him a lesson over there. Just get him softened up a little bit before he arrives. And then we'll step forward, see if we can finish off the dog. We did get the dog finished off right there, so that's good. Probably not going to make me any more popular on the internet being known as the raving dog slaughterer, but he came at me first, man. He came at me first with blood in his eyes. He was looking like he wanted to take me down. He was admiring me like a tasty steak. And let's fire over the top right here. Oh, I've fully like folded in right there. Okay. This guy's a little bit tougher. I mean, we got him nonetheless, so he's down. What do we have going on this side? I got to go all the way around this thicket right here, unfortunately, if I wanted to get after this guy. What does a shield do? +6 to evasion? Go ahead and do that. You're all on your own right now until I can collapse more people up and into this area. We'll kind of like push our luck with that turn. His morale seems to be failing as well. How does morale work in this game? It looks like you can actually go up over the tip top with it. Yeah, so it looks like we get a fat bonus to basically all of our stats for being up and over the top of 35 morale. Works for me. Get him. Oh, this guy, he's a little tougher. He doesn't want to take the L. All right, can you move to there? Yeah, take him down. Okay, so at the end of the fight, it looks like everybody's been distributed a little bit of XP. I don't know if it's going to go by individual hits landed, a la something like Final Fantasy Tactics, or if it has to do purely with kills. Either way, Edward didn't really do a whole lot during that fight, and he only got 6, but it looks like some of the guys that were fighting on the front lines got a little bit more. It probably has something to do with kills, because the guys that actually have kills to their name seem to have a lot more XP than the guys that don't. So I'm guessing you get like a little stipend of XP for just a smack, and then if you actually finish the job, you get quite a bit more. Also pulled off 41 crowns right there, and we are at the beginning of the way. Got $100 to play around with. Okay, well, we're on the world map right now. Let's have a look at her. A little bit of a flat world map. I think it could use a little bit more depth to it, but I see what they're going for. It's definitely supposed to give that image of those old cloth maps and whatnot you used to get from games like Ultima. I don't know. Maybe I'm old, but back in the olden days, every single RPG that you purchased on the PC always came with some kind of cloth map, maybe like some posters or something. The artistry here actually really reminds me of cloth maps from back in the day. I don't know if this stuff is just going to remain... Maybe it's just covered up right now. It's supposed to be the game's fog of war. Looks like the game wants me to go down to here. I do like how they made the little... I play a lot of board games, and so I like how they made the little token for your army kind of hop his way on over here. He doesn't just like slide across. I hate it when games do that, where the piece just like slides around. I don't know why, but it always makes games feel a little bit cheaper to me. So in a sparse forest right now, what can we do inside of the marching camp? We can go through and we can give our units a number of different upgrades in exchange for their banked experience. I was kind of wondering why it displayed the experience like that and they didn't have like a meter, you know what I mean? Because that's very much sort of intruding upon the UI right there. But now it actually makes a little bit more sense. I'd still probably consider moving that number around so that it's inside the confines of the border and it looks a little bit cleaner. There's got to be a better way to represent it, but honestly, I'm not a UI design master. People train entire careers over like UI design and whatnot, and so I wouldn't have any suggestions other than that looks like a little bit sloppy, I suppose, and having it either in a different spot or having a different way of representing the bin of XP might be a good idea. I wouldn't even mind if it was just on their character sheet when we went on through so that we could take a look at it. But either way, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot that we can do right here, so back on out to the world map, and let's maybe go to Helmgard and see if we can find ourselves a little bit of like action. Taking a look at our mercenaries that we can purchase inside Helmgard over here, I would actually be cool with picking up another archer and picking up another warrior. I sort of dig this unit cap right here. Like, it looks like we can have around 24 guys, so your army's going to get pretty big in this game. So it's definitely leaning more in a war game direction than it is like in an RPG direction. Let's grab this guy right here. I'll recruit him, and then I'll pick up the archer as well. Just because, to me, it sort of feels pertinent to develop our core and make sure that we've got a solid shield wall, guys to fire from behind it, make sure that we've got the numbers to go up against the challenges that might rise. There is a merchant over here. He does have items that we can purchase, and it looks like we can equip those on various characters. Because we have to pay a daily salary, though, to our entire army, I think we probably don't want to go crazy with spending just yet. We do have health potions and things like that I can purchase. I do think that having some liquid fires might not be a bad idea, like in case we go up against any monsters that are weak to flame. So I'll buy both of those. We've got stink bombs and we've got a stun bomb. Yeah, I'll take a stun bomb too. Let's put a fire pot on you, a fire pot on you, and a stun bomb on you. Actually, maybe I'll give the stun bomb to the main character just in case I need to slow somebody down when they're rocking up a little bit too close to me. It looks like we've also got like magical spells over here, I suppose. I don't know if there's characters that are going to specialize entirely in magic, but it seems cool. And I get the feeling I was supposed to complete something over here before I went any further. Yeah, it's in the little sidebar on this side. As we cross the threshold of the village, a chorus of desperate voices rise, their anguished cries slicing through tranquil air. Spiders, save us! Yeah, I'd probably be saying that too. It's wolf spider season where I live at, and they're everywhere, dude. Their panic screams resonate, accompanied by quavering tones fraught with dread. The mere thought of a colossal spider, a grotesque creature of nature, sends tremors through any being. For me, there existed no creature more abhorrent than the arachnid, and the notion of encountering a giant one left me paralyzed. Fortunately, these nightmarish arachnids seldom ventured beyond the depths of the forest, sparing those who, like me, harbored no particular fondness for the woods. With a resolute spirit, we went on a quest to unveil the source of the peasants' fervent agitation. Yeah, that'd agitate me too. That's a big spider. That's a no-joke spider size right there. So it looks like we're entering from this bottom direction. I don't know what those sparklies are right there. What do the sparklies do? A resource that can be sold in town. Oh, so there's like other little things that are going to be vying for our attention out here while we're trying to like complete our mission. These guys are routing right now. So let's go ahead and get all of our soldiers deployed. There is an auto deploy button, but for now, I don't want to split people up too much, so we'll kind of like keep ourselves somewhat near one another. I'm going to have one archer. He's basically going to be our scout. Probably the one that does not have any bombs or supplements. And he's just going to grab resources on the map so that we can make a little bit of cash as we get further on into the game. Now let's start off the battle. And I will probably move quite quickly up here to see if I can take a dominant position where we can block off a street or something like that. I'll keep this guy in reserve in case I need to move to the right to block the flank. And then you guys maybe, yeah, let's like angle around this way. I will assign one archer to that contingent. You guys come down this way. And then you go grab that cornflower dust right there. Might be useful. And that's going to be our turn. Oh, I thought they were routing. Okay. They've got a little bit of fight left in them. Okay. That's fine. I kind of don't like how lumpy this is up here. We're going to be blocked off from really doing anything that I want to do. So I think what I'd prefer to do here before the peasants mess up everything for me is I'm going to set up a backline contingency right there. He can fire an arrow at him. It's a 50-50, so you might as well. And then you set up right there as a stopgap. We'll move him up to there. You move out to here, and you're going to bring up the rear, and you're going to grab that cornflower before we do anything else. They are landing hits up here. I didn't want to recruit a peasant, though. Like, I didn't feel good about it. Like, there are peasants in town that we could have recruited, but I just don't think that a guy with a pitchfork is trustworthy in, like, a combat situation. We got a big swing and a miss right there. Unfortunately, there's no way to swap them on out right now. So instead, let's just kind of move up, and we'll wait for this guy to get folded. You grab the cornflower over there. You come over this way, and then you maybe come back up this way and back up this area because you can get behind him and fire across his shoulder. I think that'd be satisfactory. Whew, Spider's having a banger turn right now. They ain't missing nothing. Another big swing and a miss right there, unfortunately. Hurts. Feels bad. All right, move up to there. Archer, if you can land something, try to land it. Yeah, get a little bit of hurting off on him. No hit right there either. Low hit rate right now. Really causing problems for us. Get the captain in right there. And what abilities does he have? Destroys all potions in from the enemy and causes bleeding at the beginning of the turn. Oh, so he can, like, throw glassware at the enemy. He's also got a gut shot, which will knock down their stamina by quite a bit. Nice little hit to the solar plexus. We've also got a throwing knife, but there's no available targets for it, unfortunately. I figured the stun bomb would be kind of, like, ranged, but he may need, like, a clear throwing direction before it'll actually work. He is blocked right now by this peasant being kind of up and in the way. Yeah, that's a dead peasant right. The several dead peasants. Tough day to be a peasant. All right. We got 40% hit rate right there. I think I want you to move to there. I think because I shifted him. And hey, you actually hit something. Look at you over here being an absolute paragon of accuracy. You get the kill for me? No kill for me, huh? What about throwing a knife now? Yeah. Throw a knife at that dude. Give him a little what for. He's still not dead. Man, Spider kind of tough out here. He got that thick hide on him. Okay, big block right there. Big block right there. Nobody's wounded or anything yet, which is nice. First Spider's down. Keep collapsing. Move up to here. Take that one out. Good. All spiders have been removed. Let's start moving the archers back around to a flank maybe over on this side. We got no more spiders around, so maybe it'll be okay. 4 damage out right there. Little kill right there, so that's nice. Start moving forward just so we can do something here. You maybe get out of the way. I doubt that he can fire through the tree, so I think we're just going to have to single file our way on over here. We can step on the webs. Oh, there's a spider right there. I didn't even see him. Okay, well, I see him now. Hey, nice hit. I don't really care about accidentally tagging a peasant while firing at these guys. I don't know what my chance is to hit my own units when I'm doing that right there, but I live to win, and sometimes a guy needs to get his head out of the way, all right? We're trying to play this ranged game right now. You come around back this way and see if you can flank around there. And that looks like everybody. Oof. Another one bites the dust. Hey, but another one of them also bites the dust. 5 damage off. I'll take it. Can you do anything right there? Hey, that's something. Little bit of damage going on out. And there's our kill. I think that's actually the fight. Yeah, dude, we made it through another one. So my guys are starting to get a little bit of XP banked up so that we can play around with it and buy some new abilities, but it actually looks like we got some stuff. We got 152 gold. We got a poison essence. It will give you the trait poisonous. Attack, inflict poisoned on the enemy, and they take 1 damage. Okay, all right. Probably give that to an archer or something, like poison-tipped arrows be kind of sick. We've also got a ranger's cloak over here. Gives the trait forest heart and +1 to evasion. So he gets accuracy and evasion if he's next to a tree, but a withered one doesn't count. We also got the cornflower dust, so that's going to be another 50 bucks for our pocket. Fine with that. Let's jump on into our marching camp real fast, and I will probably give the amulet to this guy. Okay, so they've got 2 slots down there. Is that for, like, armor, or what is that? Yeah, okay, so that's for, like, a garment. Gotcha. I will more than likely give the cloak to him. That way I can remember to put him next to a tree so that he gets the bonus. And I think that's about all we've got going right now for bonuses. Over here, we've got the Forest on Fire in Forletskeg. Okay, let's go see what's going on in Forletskeg. Upon the distant horizon, an ominous shroud of smoke veils the landscape. Even from my remote vantage point, the forest's fierce inferno rages in plain view. My breath caught as I beheld an extraordinary sight. Trees, the venerable ents slowly advancing towards us, their ancient forms animated by sentient consciousness, fleeing the encroaching blaze. The urgency of the moment weighed heavily upon me, for these sentient beings were facing certain peril if the fire's grasp tightened. My valiant comrades, however, hesitated in the face of this moral quandary. Okay, well, let's send ourselves on into it, I suppose. Protect the village to arms. I can't help but be heroic in situations like this. What's that on the more cornflower dust? Okay. Where's the enemy positioned at? Kill all enemies. Are the ents the enemies right now? Well, we got cornflower everywhere, dude. Okay, well, you know your job, Ricky. Go ahead and get on in there. You're going to be the cornflower man this time around. I'm going to need you to get on out there and grab yourself some cornflower. We'll go ahead and deploy the army to this side. The good news is we're fighting in a forest, so I should be able to benefit from some kind of cloakiness from him. And we'll start it off. I don't actually see what we're fighting right now. Concerning. Go grab the cornflower, I suppose. Don't get too isolated, but kind of move forward. Go grab that cornflower for me, would you? I didn't want to move him. I grabbed the wrong guy. All right. Oh, there's one right there. How tough is an ent in this game? I have questions. Well, tough enough to dodge my strike, so that's not bueno. Can you hit him? Can't hit him from behind the tree. Can't hit him from there. Okay, let's not move too aggressively, but everybody sort of collapsed towards this guy, and we'll deal with him first. I thought we were helping the ents. Apparently, we're murdering right now. Treebeard and his cronies are about to have a bad day. Woo, big block right there. An explosion went off on that side. I was wondering about that with the explodey barrels that were laying all over the place. We got 2 soldiers on this guy, 3 damage right there. Doesn't look like we're crazy capable of knocking this guy out just yet. You guys create a path. I think we need to surround and pound here. And then you guys come up here and sort of just defend the archers, make sure they don't get flanked. Ricky, where you at, bro? Ricky, way down here, man. All right, Ricky, get moving. Oh, 6 damage right there and a stun. Okay. Well, now we know. Make room for another soldier if you can. And if you can get an arrow off, I'm not against it. You move over to there. Get him down to there. Take a swipe at him. He's at 55% right now, but what's wrong with him? He's got a broken arm, actually, so we are going to have long-duration debuffs a la something like, oh, he's held and he's stunned. We are going to have long-duration debuffs like you would see in something like Battle Brothers, which is nice to see. Those are always good. Like, I know they're annoying when you get them in Battle Brothers, but the cool thing about it is that it helps out with the storytelling process, and I think that the emergent stories that you get with games like this are always the most important part. Like, they make the game feel more satisfying. They make you develop attachments to certain characters. Not enough AP on you. You should have enough AP. I mean, we're landing hits. Maybe move up by 1. Oh, he can't shoot from behind the tree right there. Okay. Bring the captain around, see if you get him into that position. Oh, okay. All right. Poor Bartholomew. Old Bart over here is getting his head fractured. There we go. Finish that guy off. Oh, that was the whole fight. It was just the one ent. Probably for the best, considering how hard they were hitting us. So my man over here, he took 12 damage. That's probably going to affect his morale. We'll probably want to check in on that as my keen eyes scan the horizon, if I do say so myself. Whoever the narrator is, he's got a solid opinion of himself. A disconcerting revelation unfolded. The forest fire erupted simultaneously from numerous points, an unmistakable sign of deliberate arson. Without delay, I resolved to convey this sinister truth to our master. Okay, well, I mean, we got $150 for it. Let's head back on over this way. And is it like a day for each movement? It is, like a day for each movement in between nodes. Fair enough. We can make a donation over here. To prove your relationship with the town, you can donate gold. You can donate 100 to get 5 points. Okay. What happens when my relationship with the town goes up? Apparently, we get a morale bonus whenever we visit town based on how friendly we are with that town. So it's how much they're willing to, like, aid and help us effectively. Do they have any other mercenaries that I can hire? I don't know when they restock, and I don't have, like, I don't have a timer or anything. Let's go ahead and we'll wait a day or two, I think, just to give that a chance to sort of, I mean, I don't think it's going to get better. It's a broken arm after all. But is there any kind of training or anything that I can do here? Like, how much XP is it going to take to make my guys better at their job? I would maybe lean towards stamina for the frontline fighters, because it seems like I've been watching, and it looks like everything you do from attacking to getting attacked kind of affects your stamina, basically. How do these unlock right here? Do you have to have, like, a piece of equipment or something to unlock those? Gets more abilities, too. All right. I'm just going to go down the line and see if I can give people a bit more stamina. Because if the enemy spams attacks on you, you're going to get exhausted pretty fast. It looks like you lose -1 stamina every time anything attacks you, whether it hits or not, just dealing with the threat and kind of pivoting and blocking and stuff like that. And so getting this number up, because there's some fairly serious debuffs you get once your stamina gets down to 50%. You don't even need to zero it out first before you start taking penalties. So I want that to be a nice, solid, chunky number so that we can last a while inside the shield wall before people start folding. There's no new mercenaries to hire, but we can buy the Flamberge over here from the store, which I think is a good idea. I'll probably give it to our main character and just throw it onto him. That's going to give him +1 to strength, so that's the magnitude of damage caused by our attack. So he's doing 7 damage now on a hit before the enemy's armor is taken into account, so that'll be good. I'd like to get weapons for everybody, in all fairness, to make them a little bit stronger, but I don't think that's the way that it's going to go. It doesn't look like they have a whole lot here. Let's have him train for 10 days inside the town because his arm is broken anyways. And so, like, I don't think he's going to be a huge help to the shield wall. It does look like there's a job down in Cronenberg. So let's go see if we can pick that up real quick while he's training. Oh, there's more nodes. Okay, so you unlock things as you're moving around the map. Down to Cronenberg we go. We can take on a mission for a caravan, we can make a donation, or we can do a message. Bertrand de Tremel, the esteemed custodian of the Order of Gatekeepers, retained an unchanging presence even in the passage of countless years. His face graced by a cascade of silvered hair endowed him with a towering aspect. The master's physique, strikingly slender, led observers to misconstrue his health, for it was an appearance that bespoke fragility. However, at the age of 55, de Tremel's mastery of the blade remained undiminished, an artistry that knew no equal. In a rare audience, the master personally received me, though his attentiveness to my report was scarce. Instead, he entrusted me with a new mission, a pilgrimage to Talaves. The governor of Talaves had beseeched the Order of Gatekeepers for aid in quelling the sinister resurgence of animated corpses encroaching upon the city's periphery. Okay, well, $100 is $100. I'll take it. And then it looks like our job is over on this side. While we're in town, is there anybody I can hire? What do we... Ooh, we got new units over here. So not available for hire. We got to... Okay, so you get like the doper units once you get higher prestige with the town. What does this guy do over here? So we've got a knight. What is this guy? He's a halberdier. Okay. I could go for a halberdier. He has 2 range, which is dope. That means I can put him in the back line and just stab over the top of it. Yeah, I will recruit him, I think. And so I'll recruit him, and we'll kind of just keep him behind. Oh, he comes with 200 XP as well. Very nice. Okay, let's give him accuracy, and we'll give him, I suppose, a little bit of stamina? Yeah, accuracy and stamina sounds all right to me. These characters do have levels, and it looks like their level goes up for every 300 XP that you spend. And then their price goes up for the amount of XP that they've spent to, like, keep them hired day after day because now they're an experienced veteran. I don't know if I want to buy another one. Ooh, there's an orb in here that lets us use magic, but it only looks like our main character can use it. Okay, we need to go make more money. That's what I'm learning right now is we need to get paid. A caravan, actually. So the reward is $600, and we're going to Raymar. How far is Raymar? It's pretty far, and we don't know the route, so this may get a little bit messy. But $600 is $600. Worst case scenario, we load a save, right? Oh, I guess so. It was the customer. So it's Cronenberg now. I loaded a save because I thought I had to go down to Raymar, but it's just Raymar hired us to do this. That's who's, like, benefiting. And so it looks like we just need to go into the woods over here on the left. Let's take it. Okay, $600 for that? Yeah, dude, I'll take it. That sounds fine to me. Cronenberg's a little bit happier with us right now. There's a rocky landscape, and it's very dangerous over here. Okay, we're not at, like, very dangerous levels of proficiency yet. There are new missions, though, over here. A house in the swamp, a bandit camp. Okay, so word of warning, 3 Skull Quest, we are definitely not ready for yet. I went and played through it, and I got smashed, like utterly destroyed. We are going to need a much larger army if we want to take down a 3 Skull Quest. Let's maybe go with the cargo delivery. Where's that going to? Mission location in Chantia. Okay, where's Chantia at? It's just right there. All right, let's walk around this way, and then I think we should be getting to the point where I can go collect my guy from Cronenberg. So let's go back to Cronenberg real fast. Actually, I think he's up in Helmgard. Let's go get him. Yeah, there's a little icon on Helmgard. Let's go a missing person. A generous reward is given for finding a missing person. All right. I think I could probably track down a missing person. You got to give me a little bit to go off of, but... Return him to the army so that we've got another guy. We still haven't restocked anybody in our overall mercenaries, but we've got a decent amount of cash right now. Merchant doesn't have anything looking too crazy, but it may not be a bad idea just to pick up health potions wherever I possibly can. Maybe try to get a health potion on each one of these soldiers so that they can drink a potion on their turn if they get beat up too badly. Playing that bandit fight opened my eyes to the way that things go. It's way over there, huh? 7 days. Is this the same fight? Are we going to get bandited again? I feel like I might get bandited again over here. Now might be the time to recruit another guy. Recruit me another halberdier. And I want the wizard too, though, dude. A wizard would be sick. What does he do? He's got a fireball. He's got lightning. How expensive am I? It's 45 a day. Oh, we've also got healers over here. I gotta get a healer, bro. We gotta have a healer. I'll pick up one healer for right now, and then we'll head over this way and see if we can find the missing person. Finding the footprints wasn't hard. What's worse is the sounds of fighting up ahead. All right, forward to the attack. It said that it was one skull, so maybe we'll be okay here. Let's get our front line all nice and arranged. All right, army's all set up. We've got 11 out of 16, so that's not terrible. I'll take that. Start the battle. Let's see what's going on here. There's a necromancer, and he is suspiciously alone right now. So let's advance before he starts doing weird finger wiggly magic stuff. I'm guessing he's alone for a reason. This may just be my Battle Brothers paranoia coming out, having played thousands of hours of Battle Brothers, but I don't like the idea of there being a necromancer over here. This very much concerns me how alone he is. I think that's our missing person. I think we just got to protect him. Yeah, that's about what I figured was going to happen. I figured this was going to turn into like a bloody slog against the enemy. Halberdiers? Nothing? Okay. Well, I was hoping there'd be something. Do you have anything that hurts undead? Like if I cast blessings? Oh. Bless the halberdier, I think. Oh, all friendly units. Well, I should have done that first. I'll wait till next turn then. Okay. You, sir, get in behind him, because one thing I learned from the bandit fight is the AI very much focuses on getting in behind you when you're playing against an intelligent group. And so, you get accuracy bonuses for being behind things. And so, facing actually matters here. What did that do? He did a thing. I don't know what it accomplished, but he did a thing. Okay, damage to Ghosty. Okay, got him on a flank right there. Good job, halberdier. I appreciate you. Okay. Actually, where's my priestess at? Priestess, step down here. Oh, there we go. Hallelujah. Get everybody all nice and blessed. 8 damage from the halberdier. My man not playing right now. Okay. Good stuff. I like these halberdiers, dude. I'm glad that I recruited him. Let's reform the line as best as we possibly can over here. And now that the line has been somewhat reformed, I got to get up on this guy. He's doing something to me. What are you doing to me right now? What have you done to this guy? Cursed. Okay, so it's just debuffing a ton of his stats. Closing thoughts about this game, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. There's not actually anything jumping out at me right now as something that I don't like. This sort of seems like a budget version of Battle Brothers, but it kind of reminds me of a spiderweb software game, and I think that vibe is actually making me like it more. It's pretty clear that this game is leaning much more heavily in a war games direction, like a strategy war game direction, than it is an RPG direction, and I definitely think that there's room for that inside the world of mercenary company management RPGs. I do think there's a lot of opportunities with this game, though, to really ramp up the theme and the ambience. I do think that that's something the game seems to be lacking right now, where I like the combat, I like the complexity of it, I like the stats, I like the sandboxy nature of leveling up the characters, I like the different monsters that we fought. We've had actually really good monster variety today, even with the fight that I cut out because I got smashed. It was like these giant, they were like minotaurs, the bandits anyways. They were like minotaurs, but with a boar's head instead. Almost like the razor mains from World of Warcraft or whatever, but twice as tall, like really, really big ones. And so I've liked the enemy variety. The enemies seem to play pretty smart too. Like if they're humans or whatever, they try to loop around behind you and get guaranteed hits. That's all good and well. The weakness of this game that I see right now is just it doesn't have a whole lot of theming to it, or like a whole lot of universe building as of right now. The good news for that is, if they release this game into an early access, there's a very solid chance of like hiring a writer if the game like sells well enough, and having a writer just go back through and look at all the notes that the developer has about his game world and figure out ways to make those things really pop and make the player feel like they're a part of a greater world while they're playing a title like this, because I think that's really the reason why Battle Brothers is so excessively good, is that not only is it a really good war game, a really good RPG, and a really good strategy game, but the writer for that game was just out of this world in the way that he used his prose to draw you into the universe's narrative and the conflicts that you were participating in. And so I think they've got a solid opportunity here. Gameplay feels solid to me, if somewhat a little bit low budget, but it is fun, and I can feel myself wanting to play it more. I mean, look how long this video has gone already. I definitely went over the time that I was expecting to go. And so my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were checking out a game called Veterum, a little tiny strategy RPG war game that lets you have a pretty big company inside of here, in all honesty. Build them the way that you want in whatever direction and just set them loose on the world to do quests, missions, and take down enemies. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping on in, and that's all I got for you.